Repeat. So this is the footing. B is the width of the footing. TF is the depth of footing. And here I have marked the water tables, one above the base of the footing, one below the base of the footing. Then the depth of water table from the ground level is ZW1. Then the depth of footing, the depth of water table from the base of the footing is ZW2. And again I have marked one more, the depth below the footing as a B. Okay. Then this is a general bearing capacity equation according to the Terzaghi. Suppose if the water table is lying above or below the unit weight of soil get changes, and that is to be taken into account properly in an equation, and the bearing capacity of soil to be calculated correctly. So now here I'll write for any position of water table, the equation may be written as any position. The equation may be written as, just to write the general equation, QU equal to CNC plus, you call it as a gamma 1 DNQ. Then I'll write, introduce one term, reduction factors, that is due to water table reduction factors, plus again 0.5 gamma 2 I call, then BN gamma, then again reduction factor for this one wedge term. This is due to surcharge weight, and again this is due to the, that is a wedge term. This is called wedge term because of this term. This we have got this term in equation. Okay. Then where you can write where RW1, where RW1 and RW2 are the reduction factors for water table. I hope you also writing along with me.
Yes, sir.
Please write it down. Okay. RW1 and RW2 are the reduction factors for the water table. Now, with respect to this figure, with respect to this one, so we'll calculate. Is it over?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, please. Now, next, with respect to this figure, I'll write. Now, tell me, you at ZW1 is equal to 0. It means what? At ZW1 is equal to 0. At ZW1 is equal to 0 means what?
Sir, there is no soil, sir.
No. Where is the ZW1?
Sir, below the footing, sir.
The water table.
Just look at the figure. Tell me, at ZW1 is equal to 0.
Sir, at the below ground level, sir.
Not at the level of ground level.
Yes,
Ground level ಯಾವುದಲ್ಲ ZW1
the water table, sir.
ಅದೇ ರೀ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇದು ಸಾರಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್
Yes, sir.
ZW1. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ 1 minute I forgot to write RW1 here. 1 minute. RW1 will be the formula 0.5 1 plus ZW1 by D. This is one formula, and RW2 will be 0.5 1 plus ZW by B. These are the formula reduction factor formulas. Okay. Now see RW1 at ZW1 is equal to 0. When I take ZW1 is equal to 0, so this term get vanish, yes or no? Second term.
Yes, sir.
Then what is
Yes,
RW1?
sir.
What is RW1?
0.5, sir.
0.5. Okay, remember when the water table is at ground level, the RW1 to be taken 0.5. Now at ZW1 is equal to D ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ at ZW1 is equal to D. ಈಗ water table ಎಲ್ಲಿ shift ಆಯ್ತಾ?
1.
Correct, 1. But where is the water table now? If ZW is equal to D, where it has gone?
At the base, sir.
At the base. At the base of the footing, the water table, if it is lying at the base, that is at ZW1 is equal to D, then RW1 will be 1. Means if it is at the base of the footing, the reduction factor to be 1. Similarly, at ZW2 equal to 0, ZW2 equal to 0, here, suppose if I taking below the footing, if ZW2 is equal, means the water table is here. What is RW2?
The 0.5.
0.5. And again, at ZW2 equal to B, means if this ZW2 is equal to B, tell me.
1.
1. That is RW2 equal to 1, as well as, sorry, RW2 equal to 1. Understood? Even,
Yes.
Sir,
If-
when ZW2 is equal to B, where the water table is like?
here, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತದ.
Okay, sir.
Means it is the water table is equal to equal to the depth of the footing.
Yes, sir.
ZW2 is greater than or equal to B ಅಂದಂಗೆ.
Okay, sir.
ಅವಾಗ ಅದರ RW2 equal to 1 reduction factor ಅಂದ್ರೆ away from the footing. Okay. It won't affect to the soil bearing capacity ಅದು affect ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವೆರಿ ನಿಯರರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಿಯರರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫುಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್?
Yes, sir.
ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ ಬಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಬಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿ?
Depth, sir.
Depth, sir. Distance from
ಬಟ್
base of the footing to the water
ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ
table.
ಫುಟಿಂಗ್ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫುಟಿಂಗ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ there is no of this water table won't affect the bearing capacity of the soil. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So with these reduction factors, so suppose if ZW2 is greater than B, even RW2 equal to 1. Okay, RW2 equal to 1. Remember these reduction factors. So with these reduction factors, we'll solve some numericals. And in above equation, in this equation, please note it down. Here I have taken gamma 1 and gamma 2. Just what are these gamma 1? In above equation, gamma 1 represents, right, average unit weight of surcharge. Surcharge soil means whatever the soil present here, that weight to be taken. Average unit weight of surcharge soil situated above the water table. Above the water table means gamma 1 is to be taken. This is gamma 1. Above the water table, whatever weight is present, that is to be taken into account in this first term. Second term, the submerged weight to be taken. Second term, gamma 2, average unit weight of the soil in the wedge zone, situated within a depth B below the base of the footing. Below the base of the footing. Okay. So this is in third term. All right, here. Third term you have to modify. Is it over? Next condition. When the water table is just at the base of the footing, you have to take gamma 2 equal to gamma saturated. Gamma 2 to be taken gamma saturated. Is it over? When next when the water table is at the ground surface. At the ground surface, both gamma 1 and gamma 2 are saturated weights. Understood? If suppose water table is at the ground surface, then we have considered this below water table gamma 2 and above water table gamma 1. But when the water table is lying at the ground surface, both will become saturated, yes or no? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When it is at the ground surface, both will become saturated. Then next condition for intermediate locations means it is not at the exactly base or not at the ground level. It is intermediate locations of water table. Gamma 1 and gamma 2 can be calculated or computed. Over? Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please note it down. This is very important. In exam also you write the same. This one. So you have to draw the footing like this. Then you write the general equation. Then mark ZW1, ZW2. ZW1 is below the ground level, means it is the intermediate. Then ZW2 is below the base of the footing. Then mark this. Then for any position in the water table equation you write it. Then the reduction factors RW1 and RW2. Write the equation and at various conditions that ZW1 is equal to 0 or ZW2 is equal to 0, like that you just get the reduction factors. Okay. Then I'll show you this one. So is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, as you all I discussed about this one in previous class, effect of water table on bearing capacity. So here the equation for ultimate bearing capacity by Terzaghi has been developed based on the assumption that the water table is located at a greater depth. Okay. So he assumed the water table is located at a greater depth. Hence, in that equation, he doesn't modify any of the term. But what will happen if the water table is located very close to the foundation? The equation needs to be modified. Okay. Then, so what are the effects of water table on a bearing capacity? Here, the change in moisture content of the soil affects the properties of the soil. Similarly, if the soil gets submerged, its ability to support the load coming over its unit area is reduced when the water table is above the base of the footing. So next, the submerged weight is used for the soil below the water table for computing the surcharge that we have calculated how to get the submerged weight and all. Okay. Then the water table corrections are applied to determine the ultimate bearing capacity of the soil. So we have done the corrections, right? RW1 and RW2 we have calculated. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
water
sir.
corrections are applied to determine the bearing capacity of the soil. Now these are the conditions where the water table is lying. In case 1, the water table is taken at the groundwater, that is below the ground level. Here, the below the water table, whatever the soil is lying, it is taken as a gamma saturated in case 1. And in case 2, the water table is lying at the base of the footing. Above the water table, the soil unit weight is taken as a gamma, dry unit weight. So we have called in equation as a gamma 1. And below the water table, the soil to be taken as a gamma 2 or gamma saturated. Suppose if the water table is lying below the base of the footing at a depth D, then it is a partly submerged and partly moist, and suitable correction to be made for the gamma and used in the equation and calculate the ultimate bearing capacity. So let us take the case 1. In case 1, when the groundwater table is located at a distance D above the bottom of the foundation, or you can call it as it is at a distance of df minus d from the ground level. So in this situation, this is the generalized equation of bearing capacity. Q ultimate equal to C NC plus gamma into df nq plus 0.5 gamma b n gamma. So when water table is lying above the base of the footing, then here modify the term gamma into df term as gamma into bracket df minus d plus gamma submerged d, because the weight below the water table is taken as a submerged weight. It is to be modified. Then in a second, modify the third term to be modified here, 0.5 gamma b n gamma term as you have to take, instead of gamma, you have to take gamma submerged b into n gamma, where submerged weight to be considered as gamma saturated minus gamma w. Okay, so this is this equation you have to remember while solving the problems. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then the second case, when the groundwater table is located at the foundation base or at the level of footing, again the terms, second term as well as the third term to be modified, means wherever gamma is there you have to modify. So just look at the figure where the depth of the water table is there. So since water table is lying at the base of the footing, so there is no change in the first term. Yes or no? Because up to here the water soil is present, so it is a dry weight. Directly you have to take as it is gamma. But whatever the soil is present below it, you have to change this one. So what is the change you have to make? That gamma to be changed into gamma submerged. As again gamma submerged formula from the basics of geotechnical engineering 1, that is basic properties of soil. Gamma submerged equal to gamma saturated minus gamma w. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Please, if you want, you can note it down. Are you taking?
Yes, sir.
Sir, already we have taken.
Okay, right. Then case 3, ground table is located at depth d below the foundation base. Again, this as usual. Here, this is general equation and the term gamma to be modified. Again, case 3. So since the water table is lying away from the base of the footing at a depth d, so gamma df, there is no change in the gamma df term, that is first term, but use average in the third term. Since the water table is lying here, as I said, so this is a wedge term here. Under this is a wedge term we call partly moist and partly submerged into the water. So we need to take the average. So use gamma average in the third term. Gamma average equal to gamma, that is gamma. This is the equation to be used to calculate the average unit weight. So gamma average equal to gamma when it is depth is greater than b. When this d is greater than b, then directly you take gamma average equal to gamma. If suppose this d is less than or equal to b, and this is average to be taken, that is it is a partly moist and partly wet completely. So that is to be modified. So gamma average 1 by b into bracket gamma d plus gamma submerged into bracket b minus d. So this equation to be taken. So at sites where the construction on soil of low bearing capacity is inevitable, then the excess groundwater should be pumped out as required to get the desired bearing capacity. So these are the conclusions. Higher the water table, lesser is the bearing capacity and strength of the soil. Hence, the suitable reduction factors to be taken for the groundwater table fluctuations. Okay. So again, there is a IS code method to calculate the bearing capacity of the soil. So if the water table is at or below a depth of df plus b, measured from the ground surface, again measured from the ground surface, w dash is equal to 1 if the water table rises to the base of the footing or above. If the water table lies between, then the value is obtained by a linear interpolation. The shape factors given by the Hansen and inclination factors given by the basics are used. Okay, so here there is again a bearing capacity equation based on the IS code method, IS 6403 1981 this, according to this code, what is the bearing capacity of equation? Okay, again, that is to be taken into account. Just a minute. Please note it down, this equation, all of you. IS code method. I'll write here. You also write down. Okay. Write down. I'll write here. IS code method for computing bearing capacity. By computing bearing capacity. So again, the Terzaghi has given the equation to calculate the bearing capacity of the soil. Again, the Indian Standard Code, that is IS 64, remember 6403 1981. So what this code gives to calculate the bearing capacity of the soil. So according to this code, the how to calculate the net bearing capacity we'll see, and it is almost similar to the one which proposed by the various scientists like Vesic, Hansen or Mehrhoff. It is similar to those equations. Again, right here it is, I'll write here similar to one proposed by Vesic. These are scientists. The Vesic has given an equation, and similar to that, this IS code method of equation, similar to Vesic equation. So what the IS code gives for the general shear failure, I'll consider first general shear failure for GSF, general shear failure. What the IS code method says, what is the equation to be taken for the general shear failure, but it is again similar to the one given by the Vesic. Okay, I hope you are taking, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, note it down. So here the ultimate QU, again the same CNC first term, then some terms are included here along with this term. I'll write here SC, DC, then IC plus Q into NQ, again SQ, DQ, IQ plus 0.5 B gamma N gamma, then SQ, S gamma, D gamma, I gamma. Is it over? Can anyone tell what are the additional terms here we are getting?
Sir,
Yes,
yes,
see,
DI.
In first term, tell me, in first term, what are the additional terms?
SSV, sir.
Is it the additional terms, right?
Yes, sir.
Then second term, again same. These are the additional terms. Again, additional term. But rest all terms are all terms were there in previous equation also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This term add agide ashte. Okay. Ivaga let us where you write where Q is effective pressure at the base. Effective pressure at the base. So Q is equal to what? Gamma into DF, right? Also net ultimate bearing capacity, QNU. Can you tell me how to write QNU? This is gross ultimate. Then can you tell me how to write QNU? Hello?
Sir, CNC, SSC, DCIC.
Still, you are not taking, I think your previous class you have not taken the formulas. net ultimate bearing capacity, gross ultimate, huh?
Sir, QU minus gamma into DF.
QU minus gamma into DF. This is the net. And one more term in IS code, they included water table effect, W dash, that you included last term, water table. So ultimate, net ultimate, this is the equation. If I substitute here, you will get, if I substitute the value of QU here, QU, what I get? CNC, SC, TC, IC, then plus Q, NQ minus 1, I'll simplify. SQ, DQ, IQ plus 0.5 B gamma, N gamma, S gamma, D gamma, and I gamma W dash. Okay, so this is the equation we get for the net ultimate bearing capacity. Here where W dash is what? That is which takes into account the effect of water table, which takes into effect of water table. If the water table is at or below a depth of DF plus B measured from the ground level, then W dash equal to 1. The value of W dash equal to 1. Understood this one? If the water table is at or below the depth of DF plus B, so you refer the previous figure, DF plus B measured from the ground level, then W dash to be taken as a 1. In the IS code method I am telling. Okay.
Okay.
Next. Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Suppose if the water table is likely to rise to the base of the footing or above the footing, the value of W dash is equal to 0.5. It is to be taken 0.5. So remember, these are the conditions. Okay. So first condition was what? If it is at a depth of equal to or greater than DF plus B, which is measured from the ground level, is W dash equal to 1. If you are getting, if it is likely to rise at the base, suppose if it reached at the base or above the base, the W dash to be taken as a 0.5. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one will take for the local shear failure. First case was what? First one, that equation is general shear failure. Now for the local shear failure, what is the change we get? Same equation, but one change we were to make. What is that one?
C has to change, sir.
C to be changed, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is that one? 2/3 of?
2/3 of C, sir.
C. Next. Then NC dash, you have to take dash. Then again same. SC, DC, IC plus Q into bracket NQ dash minus 1 SQ DQ IQ plus 0.5 B gamma N gamma dash S gamma D gamma and I gamma, then W dash. I hope understood this one for the local shear failure.
Yes, sir.
See how many equations you have to remember. 10. Is it over? Where SC SQ and S gamma. These are what? Shape factors. Shape factors. Then DC, D gamma, DQ, D gamma are what? Depth factors. Then IC, IQ and I gamma are what? Inclination factors. Inclination with vertical, that foundation, footing inclination. Inclination factors. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Naveen Shalwadi,
Yes, sir.
are you writing?
Yes, sir. Sir, I will write.
Ramkrishna,
Yes, sir.
Ramkrishna, are you writing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Amogi Mat,
Yes, sir. I was writing.
are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Atya Ergatti,
Yes, sir.
are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Please note it down. You won't get in a textbook sometimes. Right. Okay. So with this, we'll calculate first the shape factors. Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Next, just make one table. I'll give the shape factors. Shape factors. Here first you write shape of base of footing. Base of footing. You write shape factors. Shape factors you write. And here in this column you write SC, SQ and S gamma. Then first one, first footing, continuous strip. Second, rectangular footing, rectangular. Third, square. Fourth, circle. Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Means how to get these values. SC, SQ, S gamma are the shape factors. Shape means the shape of the footing. It depends. Again, the DC, DQ, D gamma are the depth factors. IC, IQ, I gamma are the inclination factors. Footing. Okay. So for a continuous strip footing, it is to be taken 1, 1, 1. Then for rectangle, if it is a rectangle, you have to take that 1 plus 0.2 B by L. Again same 1 plus 0.2 B by L. And for this 1 minus 0.4 B by L for rectangular footing. And for a square footing, it is 1.3, it is a 1.2 and 0.8. And it is 1.3, 1.2, 0.6. See, these won't be given in an exam. You have to remember the values, right? These will not be given in an exam. You have to remember the values for different shapes of footing. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here you note it down. One note. Because the footing, what we have taken as a width like this. In case of circular footing, use B as the diameter. Understood? Because if B is given for a circular diameter, footing, that B to be used as a diameter only. Then next is the depth factors are given as under, okay, the depth factors. So these factors, how to take these factors? Right. DC 1 plus 0.2 D by B square root of n pi. Then DQ equal to D gamma equal to 1 when for pi value is less than 10 degree. And DQ equal to D gamma equal to, you will take 1 plus 0.1 d by b square root of n pi. It is for pi is greater than 10 degree, where n pi will be what? Tan square 45 plus pi by 2. Is it clear? Have you taken this one?
Sir, still taking, sir.
Yes, sir.
Take them. So this is clearly visible, right? What I have written.
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are the IS code method of calculating bearing capacity. Over.
Or
Write one note here. The depth factors are to be applied only when the backfilling is done, only when the backfilling is done with proper compaction. So the depth factors are to be applied only when the backfilling is done with a proper compaction. Is it over?
yes, sir.
Next, take inclination factors. Next, inclination factors. IQ 1 minus alpha by 90 square. Then I gamma is equal to 1 minus alpha. This is alpha divided by pi square, where alpha is inclination of the load to the vertical in degrees. Inclination of the load to the vertical in degrees. So these are the inclination factors. You have to remember.
Sir, these formulas are same for all footings, sir.
These are same for all footings. Same for all. Okay, only shape factor will change, right?
Okay.
Okay, this is a vertical. Suppose this is making an angle of alpha like this. If it is alpha, so this angle will be given in a problem. If it is inclined, then that time alpha to be substituted here and get the answer for these factors. Is it clear? Alpha is inclination of load to the vertical in degrees. Okay. So here, see here. Can you see this picture?
Yes, sir.
See here, inclination, shape factor, depth factor, inclination factor. This is a horizontal component. How it is? It is a horizontal, and this is a vertical, and this is theta. Okay, inclination factors. These are given. Okay, just IS code methods. And here, this formula you remember. Okay, this one. This I given. Okay, this same I given. You are taken, right? This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See here, read, if the water table is at or below the depth of df plus b, means depth from the ground level plus the depth below the footing, that is df plus b, measured from the ground surface, then w dash to be taken 1, means this is the water table correction factor. If the water table rises to the base of the footing or above, then w dash to be taken 0.5. If the water table lies in between, then the value is obtained by linear interpolation. Then the shape factors given by Hansen and inclination factors are given by Wessex are used. That we are taken. How to calculate the shape factor and inclination factors formula you are taken, right? So you remember those formulas, and whenever you get a problems of this kind, using IS code method and apply it and get the ultimate bearing capacity. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are the given.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. With this, we'll wind up the today's session, and tomorrow we'll.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tomorrow we'll start the problems on this. Please go through these all equations. You write on one side and just bat it, and whenever we start solving the problem, that time you can recall and solve the problems. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Right. You can give your attendance and leave the meeting.